between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Eason sets to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Swift. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Eason. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Brady. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Now Brady. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes. That's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll give Henry another shot. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Henry. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is just taking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Eason. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked by Jared Wilson.
Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenges. This series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Henry up the middle. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a 1st at the Lions' 18-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
They'll try to run for the 1st with Henry. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Derrick Henry, an 18-yard touchdown run. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10.
Eason's throw complete there to St. Brown. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Play action. It's Eason.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
On 2nd and 10.
Eason
sliding out of the pocket. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett.
And the 49ers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open. True. So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by Amani Oruwariye.
The 20. 5. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Well, in a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick six, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ball game.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club?
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fields this way up at the 17.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now Brady to try again after the pick six. This is caught. It's Woods. Robert Woods, touchdown, 49ers. Robert Woods, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Gold to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Gold now out to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing is Eason.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
And I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Now Brady throwing on second down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Throwing is Brady on third down. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily to look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. To throw on second and 10. Eason got St. Brown running the quick slant here. Finding space at the 40. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. On first down, Jacob Eason. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. So from inside Niner territory now, this is first and 10, down at the 33. From the gun is Eason. And now here is another interception. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And the Niners are going to take possession here at their own 33. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
On second and very short, Brady. And he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. And he'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Second and short, that's a run down, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On play action, now Brady. Out to his left.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day three corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. On first and 10, it's Swift. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. They go play action with Eason. Steps away. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Here's Eason to throw.
And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards that time.
Now Eason.
He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. From the 22,
Eason.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley.
And the 49ers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And Brady going to be intercepted a third time.
And the Lions will take over here as they get it up to the 33-yard line. Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy. All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again on second down.
Eason.
Open man right side is Shark. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
They'll throw on first down with Eason.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Eason's throw taken in by Chark.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. Fields this way up at the 17. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the running a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working, but they run it more effectively. It may get even bigger plays in the passing game. And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Niners continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Gold with the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late. That wasn't enough to...
And now here is another interception. And into the end zone, a pick six for the 49er D as they score a touchdown. Now Gould for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Eason. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Tackled by Emmanuel Mosley.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 38. 54 yards on the ground for him so far.
This drive has turned into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Yeah, he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
Back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. First and 10, Eason. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Here's Eason off the play fake. Steps away to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Eason going to try and throw for it. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the Niners are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Powers through it. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco with a pickup of 16.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. And some room to run now. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 18 yards, first down Niners. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Eason sets to throw it. And Shark calls it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now a give right side Swift. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Eason. And this one too low. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Back to the running game with Swift.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
He gets this complete to Cephus. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
But no reason not to try it there. And they do indeed convert on 4th.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
To throw again on 2nd down. Eason. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation. And now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them 1 step closer.